The spearman drives his blade straight ahead violently, over and over again, with each thrust nearly impaling Coldkrov in his chest. The first thrust he blocks with his axe handle. The second he evades to the side. The last vicious thrust is halted abruptly as Sibella sinks her daggers into the spearman's back and neck. He coughs blood out into Colt's face just after the blade protrudes from out of his neck. His eyes roll back into his head, and he gurgles a bit before releasing the last of his breath. As Colt is dealing with the spearman, Killswitch takes on the enraged berserker and the basher. He blocks several attacks from the two goblins and returns with a slash, a stab, or both between attacks. One of the attacks from the berserker hooks Kill's shield and pulls it down. Immediately, the basher slams downward, knocking the shield to the ground, then follows by unleashing a barrage of crushing blows. Despite his best attempts to dodge, block, and deflect these attacks, Killswitch gets slashed across his left arm, receives a deep gash across his stomach, and catches a hammer to his chin. Just as the basher swings hard to crush his head, Salvatore nukes him with a holy fire spell. The flaming basher drops to the ground, burning and screaming. At that moment, the berserker goes for the kill. Just before it cuts off Kill's head, Sibella jumps in front and parries the attack with her front dagger. She slides beneath it and then drives her offhand dagger deep into the berserker's left eye, and it immediately drops dead. Just then, Coldkrov cuts down the remaining basher. In that very instant, Sibella bursts into flames and screams out in pain. "Sibella!" Salvatore shouts. Then he casts a spell that puts a golden, soft glow on each of the fighters. The pain and damage inflicted on both Killswitch and Sibella dissipates. Infuriated, Sibella turns and hurls an axe towards the shaman's head, who had just blasted her, inflicting minor damage to the shaman and resetting her spell cast. At the same time, the Oracle casts a spell on Cold while he is closing in on the shaman. As soon as the spell is cast, Coldkrov drops to his knees and pukes. Killswitch vaults over Cold with one hand as Sibella garrotes the Oracle's throat. Then she circles around and slices the back of the caster's knees. Immediately after, Killswitch shield slams the shaman as she hurls a fireball. This first hit knocks her back, fizzling her spell, and he finishes his assault by plunging his sword deep into her chest. She grits her teeth and growls as blood pools through her gritted teeth and pours out of the sides of her mouth. He pulls the blade out and slams it in again. Then he watches the life fade from her cold, bloodshot yellow eyes. By this time, Sibella has eliminated the other caster, and Salvatore has also cured Cold. "I hate that curse!" Coldkrov exclaims. "It is always me who catches that shit." Killswitch, laughing, looks over and says, "But you made such a nice vaulting mount." "Screw you, Kill. But yeah, at least there's that," Cold adds, with a smile. Then he looks over to Salvatore. "Thanks for the quick fix, my friend." "Don't mention it," Salvatore replies. "That searing flesh on my back was no walk in the park, though, Cold. But still, I'd take that fire over that Ballew curse, so yeah, thanks for always taking that one," Sibella says with a wink and a smile. Finally, she looks at Salvatore. "And yes, thank you for the mend." "Yeah, we all took a little heat that round, but we did well just the same," Killswitch commends the group. Then he goes on. "However, the patrol is nearly here." "On it," Sibella says, fading into the shadows once again. A second later, she is behind the patrol and stuns the basher, who is located at the rear of the patrol. Next, she backstabs the Oracle twice, and, after screaming, it begins casting a quick Ballew curse. However, before the Oracle can even get the curse half cast, the elven assassin slices her throat. Next, Cold and Kill reach her and they quickly dispose of her, then move on to the spearman. With Kill blocking all the attacks, and Cold and Sibella assaulting him, he goes down quickly. Lastly, they turn to the basher and tear him down. Let's roll down, Cold celebrates. Now the 8-pack, Kill calls out. Well, this group could be tough for just the 4 of us. Keeping them controlled will be imperative to success, he adds. Hell, I know how to set up a good fight, Sibella taunts. Salvatore interjects. I hate to say it, but hit the healer first. Coldkrov looks over at him and says, That's just cold-blooded coming from healer. Immediately after, he bursts into laughter. But still, yes, right call. Right, so I'll stun the blaster. You sleep that shield, Salvatore. Next, I'll light up that shaman in the back and run it to you guys, Sibella says, looking at Cold and Kill. Then she smiles and boasts. Garrote that throat and she'll give chase. Exactly, but once it gets to us, we'll need you to run distraction with the other Oracle healer, Sibella, Coldkrov says. Of course you will, Sibella replies. And we'll whittle down the first healer and melee mobs while you take out that last heal, Kill finishes. Salvatore jumps in. I'll have your backs with a steady stream of heals. Just keep circling so the 2 cutthroats can't get behind you with their daggers, Sibella suggests. Naturally, Killswitch answers.